So now it's time to tell you about my collection. As people travel, you collect things, right? So some people collect a picture postcard, whatever it is, right? I collect near-death experiences. No, I do. I'll tell you about the ones I'm going to leave out very quickly. The gun incident in Istanbul in 1967. The gun incident in Thailand much later. The incident with the prop forward rugby player of the England team and the bunny girl. That's about as near death as I got, actually, I think. But I'm not going to tell you about those today. I thought I'd list up my top 4. Downward Tranco. Going up was fine. But there were some omens. I noticed some people believed in omens during travel. The boiled egg that I thought was a boiled egg. Well, alas, it was not a boiled egg. It was it was the one with the fetus inside it, fully formed. When you bite into it, actually chicken, yes, you've had that, right? So I, unfortunately, bit into a sort of baby bird fetus on the way out. Right out the window. Actually, in the Philippines, they don't care so much about standing on ceremony, actually, but they didn't like that. Anyway. And enjoyed my time up there. I seem to vaguely remember akin to Charles in Afghanistan, I guess. Coming down. Now, I learned something tonight. It never crossed my mind that the driver was drunk. I thought it was a mechanical failure, but I couldn't quite work it out. Same thing as Kev. Down the mountain it comes and it's smashing from side to side. And, it's obviously not good. People start screaming. Sitting in front of me, this far away, is a pig. Now, this pig has the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen. Very human eyes. And the pig is looking at me like this. I'm sort of hypnotized, and the bus is going like this, and people are screaming, but me and the pig were like this, right? And then I think, wait a minute, come on, you can't fall in love with a pig on a bus, you're going to die, man. And then I start to get really worried. It's coming down. Bang, 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 bang. And a song comes on the radio. And very briefly, I shall sing you this song. It is... Puff the magic dragon lives by the sea. And I realise I'm going to die to the sound of Peter, Paul and fucking Mary. Let's move on. Next one. Where was I? Vietnam. Which one? Let's go with the first one. So 12 hours north of Hanoi on an old Korean bus. We were actually on the first tour bus, I think, to go into the Sapa and Bakha region, which is now very hugely developed, with that lady over there. And one of those bus rides where every jolt hits your kidneys. Every bump, because they haven't got any shock absorbers. The roads are not asphalt. 12 hours. So you can roll out, stagger into the place we were staying. That was Sapa. I'm sure some of you have probably been there. But high up, cold, really cold. We'd come up from Ho Chi Minh City and hadn't prepared, not enough warm clothes. Get up into Sapa, it's really cold. And we arrive at night, like a Wild West town. There's no neon or anything. We get sent into this little place where we're staying. And we are freezing. really, really cold, so we put on all the clothes we can. And after a little while, we're huddled in the room, and our hosts bring in a nice charcoal brazier. I think. Oh, that's 8 minutes. All right, I'll speed up. So, marry me, Kevin, marry me. All right. So we get there. I'll speed up. So it's freezing in there. I think, God, they're bringing this charcoal brazier. It's just not warm enough. So I think, okay, I have a copy of all bloody things, Time magazine. I roll up Time magazine, and this is what I do. I think, I'm going to increase the heat out of this damn charcoal. That's a bit warmer, we're all fired up, and then things get a little strange. Not strange good, strange bad. I said, are you okay? And I said, no. She said, I'm going to throw up. So she goes up to the toilet and throws up. And I said, not only did I pass out from carbon monoxide poisoning, I managed to smash my forehead into the edge of the table. There's a photograph of the table, by the way. Kind of pretty fucked up the table, really. And of course, and that was it. I was out. Touch and go. She ran out into this dark street, yelled, "Fetch an ambulance!" Of course, there weren't any ambulances, if anyone could understand English anyway, kind of thing. Finally, it's realised that we're in a bad situation. So, I'm under. Next thing, I wake up. It's a shame Mark Hovain's not here tonight, though. I wake up naked, being massaged from top to bottom by two gentlemen from Hanoi University, who are actually rubbing every last part of my body, and I mean every last part of my body, with Tiger Balm. Now I believe you usually have to pay extra for that, but
thank you.
Yeah, it certainly did. It brought me back to the land of the living, I think. So very quickly, I got to move on, haven't I? The next one. Actually, I guess, as I'm collecting these near-death things, I quite like it. I quite enjoy it. This is kind of a good one. When you survive them, they're good. Very quick one. Out to the beach on Phu Quoc Island, also in Vietnam, in the south. We rented a Honda, drove out to a place called Kem Beach. It's very beautiful. There's no one there. But to get there, it's a real pain in the ass. You go on this long kind of road to get to the beach. Nothing there, really nothing. Then, so we have a lovely day at the beach. I think we had a picnic and all that. And we think, okay, time to go back. But tell you what, I'll take a shortcut. It must be a damn sight nearer to the road, this way. There's little trails going off into the jungle. What could possibly go wrong? On the bike, on the Honda Cup, pootering down the trail, heading to the road. She's on the back. In the middle of the trail, I would say about 130, 140 meters ahead of me, there's a signpost. And the signpost is not facing us, it's facing the other way. There's nothing at all written on the back of the signpost. I knew what it was, I knew where I was. And Sasha said to me, she said, "Why have you stopped?" I said, "Nothing, but the sweat pouring down, I knew I was in a minefield. And then there's another 120 odd meters to go. And I got a little paranoid, actually. because I know that if somebody's actually willfully placing a mine, the best place to put a mine is in a previous track that's been followed before. You know, the story is, if you're going through a minefield, do you ride your bike in the track, or do you avoid it? You go forward. That's all you can do. If someone's placed it there, you do. Then that last 120 meters, you know, we made it through. It's fine. Ignorance. I didn't know that when in late 1976, when the Vietnamese were fighting the Khmer Rouge, as the Khmer Rouge were losing, the Khmer, for a while, took over Phu Quoc and planted mines left, right, and centre, as then did the Vietnamese. Sorry, but the Vietnamese planted the mines to keep the Khmer Rouge. All right, last one. Again, so last near death. What was it? Yeah, hang on, I'll just check my shit list. Oh yes, Thailand. Oh, how could I forget? Give it very quick. The carbon monoxide poisoning and that hard, heavy trip was so tiring. We thought, let's treat ourselves to a nice hotel in the middle of Bangkok. Nice hotel meaning air conditioning and a pool. Back in those days, that was kind of, we were traveling pretty much on a budget. So we got this nice place, air conditioning, pool, yay! Hot water in the bath. I like that. You know, bath stuff. Anyway, this is what happens. Whenever you go in the bath, the lights are on, the air conditioning is working, you sit in the bath, and the fuses trip. Everything goes black. Within about 5 minutes, the room is at 9 million degrees, and you're upset. And this happened once, then it happened again, and it happened again, and it happened again, and again, and again. How many times did this happen? And what happens all the time, every time, finally you call down to the front desk, and the lovely Thai guy comes upstairs with his flashlight, and he goes, just above the bath, there's a little kind of trapdoor-like thing in the ceiling. Just move that aside. And he goes in, he shines a light, he flips the breaker, and off you go again. 10 minutes later the fuses go, etc. So I don't know how many days we'd stay there. Maybe on the 3rd day or something. I'm in the bath, naked of course, and the fuses go again. I think, fuck this, I'm going to fix it myself. I stand on the edge of the bath, naked. I move, what could possibly go wrong, right? I move the trapdoor back, I lean in. Now, let me tell you about the view across the river. It is really beautiful on the other side. The river that I'm talking about, our Japanese friends here will know. I'm talking, how do I say it? Nani Taiken? Nani shi Taiken? Rinshi Taiken. That thing you see just before you die. The view across the river, that's death. And it's the other kingdom, Nirvana. Famously full of flowers. Right? Well, I'll tell you what. When you move back the trapdoor, naked on the edge of the bath, reach in, electrocute yourself, naked in the bath in Thailand, and they get catapulted backwards till you smash your head on the porcelain of the toilet. It's really beautiful on the other side. And one last thing, sorry. You've seen it in the movies, you've seen the electrocution things, when you're electrocuted, you go, ah! That's not true. I will show you what you do when you get electrocuted. You do this, you go, yodeling. Thank you very much.